Hi guys, this afternoon we're going to start harvesting some kale. Our kale looks amazing. A lot of people, a lot of faculty and staff took some of our kale home before we went to remote learning. You can see how big and tall these little flats of kale that you guys made have gotten over time. A while back I showed you that I had separated some kale. I had taken one of these flats, one of these small flats, and I separated all those plants that were in that small flat, and I spread them out across this full flat. When I showed you the picture before, these guys were quite a bit smaller. They had gotten stressed from being transplanted, but as you can see now, they have totally kicked it right in. They're now growing better than these guys because these guys are so overcrowded. So depending on how much time I have, I will be transplanting some more of these, and hopefully, we'll all be back to school beginning of May, and we'll be able to sell some of these, or you guys will be able to take some home. So I'm going to do a little harvesting though today, because as they've gotten tall, they're ready to eat. Depends on how you feel about kale. I personally love it. I like it in a salad. I like it stir-fried, just with a little garlic and salt and pepper. I like kale chips. I like kale in every way I can get kale. It's especially nice right now because I'm trying to go to the grocery store as little as possible with all the COVID stuff. And so I know that this stuff is safe and healthy because we grew it here in our greenhouse. I know it hasn't got any pesticides or anything on it. So I feel really good about eating this. I can eat this right now. Look at this. You're gonna hear me go crunch, crunch, crunch. Not gonna let you see me though. Oh wow, is that good? Didn't put any makeup on this morning. Anyways, I saved this empty plastic clamshell spinach container, and I am just gonna go through, and I am just gonna pinch off the largest leaves of kale and just kind of thin it out. You can see I'm just kind of thinning out the big ones. I'm gonna go through all this kale. I'm not gonna cut the whole plant. I'm gonna only take a leaf or maybe two off each plant because that's gonna keep the plant growing. If I were to take all the leaves off the plant, as you know, it wouldn't be able to do photosynthesis and the plant wouldn't be able to provide food for itself. And you can see in the leaf shapes I'm getting some of the red Russian kale. That's this curlier stuff. This is the kale blend that you guys were seeding. So there's all these wonderful different kinds of kale. And you got to be a little patient to fill your container. Goes a little bit slowly. Even these stems are delicious because the kale is so young and tender. As kale matures, you would want to cut those stems out or rip them out because the stems get too thick and too rough. And so then you would start. So I'm going to switch over here to some of these that haven't been divided yet. What will happen if these don't get divided here in the greenhouse or transplanted out into the garden? They will eventually stop being healthy and won't be growing very well because they'll just run out of soilless mix. They'll run out of space. They won't be able to support the nutrients. They'll be okay for a while though. They'll be okay for a while. So I'm going to keep picking until I fill my container, and then I'm going to take it home, probably eat it for supper. Wish you guys were here to eat some with me. Maybe I could teach you to learn kale even if you didn't think you did. Okay, have a great day, guys.